Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan, and if you're watching our show, you've probably known your boy has undergone a little bit of a body transformation, and I gotta tell you, Peloton has helped me on my fitness journey. It got the ball rolling for me because I watch my wife on the Peloton. She takes all these great classes. She has her favorite instructors. I listen to the music. I'm a big music guy. It gets me fired up, makes me want to take part in this fitness phenomenon known as Peloton. Peloton offers a variety of challenging classes, from 4-week strength building classes to running, cycling, and everything in between. Peloton will help you achieve your goals, and maybe you'll have some fun along the way. I know I have. It's backed by thousands of members whose lives have been changed. Be part of that group. Telling you, I'm better for it. Have it in my office. Sometimes I can put on the baseball game. Sometimes I can put on a soccer match. Some other times I'm totally locked in on an emo playlist. Find your push. Find your power with Peloton at onepeloton.com. Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
I am so motivated to make a memory here with you guys today because the first thing that Cody says to me, I see him. I'm doing nothing personal. Everything's good. You guys are doing your pre-show prep, Zaz.
Yeah.
And I can see everyone's into it. You guys are locked in, which I like. You're ready to start on time. We got a core group of lunatic fans here. And all I'm hearing in my ear and all I'm hearing pre-show is, I hate that Hagel guy.
And he should.
It's very upsetting what took place last night.
It was a hit.
It was
a dirty hit.
You forgot the word dirty that comes in front of a hit. It was a dirty hit.
I'd say a gross hit.
Vomit's gross.
Yeah.
Not that hit.
Seeing your best player on the ground and he cannot return, that's gross.
The first thing I thought of when I saw the hit, we're obviously talking about what happened. For those of you not locked in because there was so much last night, for those of you who may have been at a Pearl Jam concert and couldn't see it live.
Oh, yeah, baby.
For those of you who may have been watching the draft or the NBA playoffs and the Knick game that took 20 minwas to end at
20.
the last second. 30? It was the longest. 40 minutes. It was outrageous.
Like the 15th pick, they were still playing.
There was this hit, and the only thing I was thinking of when I saw the hit is I was frantic that Barkov's skate was going to come up and there'd be a neck slash, if anyone remembers that. No.
Yeah, that was Richard
Nobody.
Zednick. I do remember it.
That
like
was the
15
scariest
years
thing I've
ago.
ever seen.
Yes, that was incredibly scary.
Because when you hit a hockey player, that's what happened. He went off his feet. It looked worse than it was.
Yeah,
He was fine. He got up.
Well, I don't know about
Little
fine.
concussion. He
didn't return
He
to the
didn't
game.
return.
I know he didn't return.
And you know these guys
are
are
fine.
incredibly
He's
tough. Like when they
He's
don't
fine.
return. Well, we'll see. Like we'll find out tomorrow if he's fine. Tomorrow afternoon, which that kind of stinks actually timing wise that it's in the afternoon. It'd be better if it was in the evening. More time to recover, evaluate that kind of deal. So that's a little bit of a disadvantage. But we'll find out tomorrow if he's fine.
You won the first 2 games on the road.
Yeah, baby.
You're going to be fine.
Well,
Billy Gill told me. He said they don't mean shit.
So far, Billy's looking incredibly right.
Beyond right.
so you're right. The Panthers are in a phenomenal position winning both games on the road. And I feel like it looks like they're going to sweep them now. But we also have to step back for a second. The home ice advantage, it's not like the NBA. It's not like if you win the 2 games on the road and then you're coming home, oh, the series is over. It's not quite like that in hockey. So there's still work to be done, but we're in a great spot here, David Samson.
I actually have an interesting take on the Hagel hit last night. I actually blame the Panthers for it a little bit. Hear me out on this. They
I
are
have to?
so
Yes.
they are so aggressive and so dominant that they get in the other team's head. Hagel was rattled last night. You see Sam Bennett on the Panthers, when he hits somebody, when he gets hit, his face doesn't change. Yeah, he is emotionless. Right. Hagel Every time he gets hit,
He's
Hagel,
been on tilt since game one.
You can see it where he's like frantic and like, I want to get that guy. And that's what happened. They broke him in the first 2 periods where he was like, I got to hit somebody. I need to do this. And he did it to Barkov, and it's a dirty hit. But I almost blame the Panthers for being their style of play. It travels so well. The way that they've emotionally broken this Tampa team, like you can almost blame them because that's what comes. But when you break somebody, they're going to snap and do something crazy. And that's what happened.
More like broken Hagel.
That's thank you.
Do you get what I'm saying though, Roy?
More like Brandon Hategel, because we hate him.
Do you remember that player who played for the Pacers, the one who blew in
Lance
LeBron's
Stevenson.
ear? Lance Stevenson. Do we have a view?
Reggie Miller.
If you annoy Reggie Miller, bothered me on the Nick Pistons game.
Yeah.
He's so anti-Nick. I hate the guy. I don't know him.
Oh, you're talking about as a broadcaster, he
Yes,
bothers
as
you.
a broadcaster.
Yeah,
he
shut up,
bothers me.
Reggie.
Just stop being the way you're being about this game. But in any case, you believe in that you can annoy somebody and all of a sudden it can change the way they play or act?
I know that. If you watched last night, you can see in Hagel's face, like he was broken. He was after the game yelling at Chucky. Like we are so in Hagel's head that he's broken emotionally.
One of the things that I love about hockey, and I've been trying to preach this kind of stuff to this market down here when I was doing local radio, and it was hard for it to gain traction because the Panthers stunk forever, all right? So nobody cares when I'm trying to tell you what a great game this is. But this is the kind of stuff that I've been preaching for a long time that makes this such a great game. There are so many little things that are going on in the game that when you learn about it, it's such a fascinating sport to watch. And one of those things took place last night where the Lightning, and in this case specifically Brandon Hagel, they believe they need to do something in the game to get their team going. They're down 1-0 in the series, they're down 1-0 in the game. Okay, I got to fire up my team somehow. It's usually in the form of a fight, although there are very few fights in playoff hockey. So what he's going to wind up doing is he's going to find the Panther captain, and he's going to lay a big hit if he has the opportunity to, because this is going to fire up my team, and that's what you saw last night. There's a lot...
I didn't see the team get fired up.
No.
I saw a 5-minute major for interference.
Right.
And I saw a 2-0 loss.
Right.
And now a 2-0 series deficit.
Yeah, it didn't work. And now I feel like you see, here's what I think is going to happen. You probably, it sounds like Chris is of the opinion that the Panthers, that they're going to go out tomorrow and like, they're going to try and, is Gadjevich going to be in the lineup now tomorrow? Is AJ Greer going to be in the lineup tomorrow?
Greer at him.
You know, our enforcers.
If Barkov's not in the game, then somebody's going to have to take over that the fourth line center spot.
You don't think so?
Because Anton Lundell is going to get lifted.
But what it sounds like, Chris thinks, okay, we're going to go after them now tomorrow. And I'm telling you, I don't believe that to be the case. Because you go back last year against Boston in the first round, and Boston's entire MO was, we hate the Panthers. We hate them so much. You remember Sam Bennett knocked out that rat bad Marchand, all right? And the Boston's MO the rest of the series was, we need to try and pick fights. We're angry. We want to hurt these guys. And the Panthers, they're just going about their business. The Panthers are just going to win a series. Boston was so fixated on hurting the Panthers and getting back at them for what happened with Marchand, and the Panthers are like, yeah, we're trying to win the Stanley Cup. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen this series.
To Zaz's point, that's what the Panthers did last night in the third period. They could have gotten emotional. They could have gone after Hagel, but it was a 1-0 game. If it's a 4-0 game last night, maybe they go after him, but they're like, it's a 1-0 game. We don't want to get in the penalty box. The Panthers, to Zaz's point, did a great job last night of not stooping
They're going to
down.
be so focused, the Panthers, tomorrow. Like, maybe, if the Panthers are about to win the series and we're late in the third period and they're up several goals, you want to take care of some business in that moment? Maybe they will, but nah, they're going to go about their business tomorrow.
And there is some past history of Brandon Hagel and the Panthers, at least since the Four Nations tournament, because of that fight that Hagel had with Matthew Tkachuk during the first game between U.S. and Canada. So
Chucky ain't fighting though in these playoffs.
I mean, they did chirp each other at the end of the game, but I don't think they're going to end up, especially Matthew Tkachuk coming off of that injury, I don't think he's going to get into
I got
the
a
scrap.
different view here. Just to tell you that what you're focused on inside the clubhouse, you just want to win. It's so weak when you go into the retaliatory business because it means you've already lost. And so if I'm the Panthers and Paul Maurice, winning back-to-back Stanley Cups, way more important than getting your piece of revenge, your piece of flesh.
Totally.
Forget about it.
Totally.
And by the way, they know from their run last year, play as few games as possible. Don't throw out a game. Don't say be satisfied up 2-0. You want to close them out in 4 games if you can. Get as much rest as you possibly can. I think the Panthers ignore it. I don't think that's what Hagel was doing because you can't get a rise out of the Panthers that way.
They're trying. They don't at this point they don't know what else to do. The Panthers, the Lightning had a moment early in game 1 first period. They tie the game at 1. Crowds going crazy. Everybody picked the Lightning going into the series. The Panthers, they struggled a little bit late in the season. The crowd's going nuts. That's early in the first period of game 1. They have not had a single moment since. The Panthers have shut that down. So, yeah, they're trying to find something to get going. They haven't been able to. Series is now coming back to Sunrise tomorrow, and we get Aaron Ekblad back tomorrow. So they literally, we don't know the status of Barkov, of course, but otherwise, now they have everyone. That building is going to be rocking tomorrow.
It is so exciting to get a player back after they use steroids because you're so excited to say to yourself, hey, are you still using? Is there a chance that you are and you're not going to get caught again?
Still in your system?
How's this work?
Just not showing up on the test?
Honestly, how does this work where he got caught for using? Does he have to take another test and be clean to get back? Or can he just, to your point, still, because he was great this year. I want him to still be using.
Yeah, like after a player gets popped, do they then get tested like every game when they return?
Still random testing. Still random testing.
Wink, wink, random. I mean, random means you can do it to anybody at any time.
Let's just be clear. There is no such thing as random
like
testing.
as if they're pulling a name out of a hat.
This is actually how it works with the P test in baseball. There's a guy who's waiting for you, he doesn't work for your team or the visiting team. They're waiting there after a game.
Is he for sale?
I love where your head's at because the question's been asked. And you get a list of the players, and then you have to pull the players, and they walk with the player to go pee-pee. There's no break at all. You don't get to go back to your locker. You don't get to do anything.
Because that's where you get the Wizinator and you fool them, you know?
But
if there's any funny business, like if they're like, I swear I'm not going to grab anything. I need to get something.
No funny business at all. It is direct, lock, stock, and barrel, right to the urinal.
You can come with me. I just need to go grab my phone. You can come with me. I'm not doing anything ridiculous.
Dave, have you ever had an issue where you've had a player that's had a shy bladder that's like, hey, I
just peed in the 8th inning.
I can't go.
I just peed in the 8th inning. I didn't know I was going to be tested right
You're
after
watching me. Like, I can't go. You watching me? That's crazy.
Yeah, we bring them water.
They just force feed them water until they piss
Wait,
themselves.
I feel like we thought we were on to something there, and we bring them water. Yeah, that probably works.
How long does it take to get water through your system?
That's
like
the thing.
if I go pee and come back here and chug like a full glass of water, how long until I can then pee that?
Listen, these are professional pissers. You can get out a few drip draps anytime you need to.
I want to test this theory. I'm going to go get a glass of water. I'm going to go pee, and then I'm going to come back with a glass of water.
I think you could you're leaving me to do this.
Roy
That's your plan.
I'm going to go get a glass of water.
There he goes.
We're going to test this.
So he's coming back from steroids. Where did we get this? We got this because Ekblad's back from, was it 20 games?
20 games.
20 full games missed.
Yeah.
He did it. He did it. You know he did.
Well, I know he did. The question is whether or not it was on purpose or not, because you get the obligatory, I didn't know.
I had diarrhea.
Whatever.
It's always on purpose. Hockey players, I understand why they need to do it. So we're seeing right now, for the people on video on the YouTube channel, you're seeing Chris, who's going to try to drink water. And
he's going to go pee first.
He's going to pee first. That's why he's walking away through that
water,
hallway.
then pee.
And see how long it takes him to have to go again.
It can happen quickly. Okay. I mean, we're going to keep going. The show must go on.
Always.
This is the first time we've ever, is that correct, in this room? We've never had a pee, drink, pee situation.
Never.
Never.
The thing is, you have to have somebody who's the tester watching him pee, right? Like, that's the issue that me and Zaz are bringing up, because if you just go and close the door, okay, I can pee anywhere. But the thing is, if I've got somebody that I don't know staring at me while I'm trying to take a whiz, it's tough.
Ethan, go watch Chris pee.
We need someone out there. We need someone making sure Chris is peeing.
Ethan will go. Here we go.
Now, we don't have to be in the room because we have some HR issues.
No, Ethan said it that way.
We're good. Just listen for the drip. Because it's
sounds like it was quick.
A go problem, not a flow problem.
Once it gets rolling, it's good. The problem is the start. You know, the dam's got to break first.
Yeah. I sit to pee.
All right. Whoa.
Every time
Every
you
time.
pee?
I don't blame you.
Because you don't pee in public places, right? So you only pee in the private
sit to pee. I don't pee publicly, and I sit to pee because I don't want to get anything anywhere.
All right.
Just a little fact there.
I'm a nighttime sitter.
Yeah, I like a nighttime sit for sure. There's the occasional daytime
Chris.
sit.
Wow.
I'll take the occasional daytime sit.
No, you don't daytime sit.
Occasionally. Every once in a while, you're
All right.
exhausted.
I'm fully empty. just cleared out. I will now chug this water. It's a normal sized cup of water, almost fully full. All right. And then we will see how long it takes me to pee.
Okay. This is live.
All right.
You don't get this. There are people talking about the draft, the playoffs, not us. We're watching Chris drink
after it.
water.
I have a question about the execution of this bit, Chris, because is this going to be just like the very first moment you think there's even a chance that you could pee?
That's what it
You're
has to
getting
be.
up to go. That's what it is, right?
Yes.
And you're trying to see just how quickly it can happen. Not you're waiting as long as possible until you have
I'm going
to
to, every 5 or 6, every 3 or 4 minutes here over the next time, I will do the thing of, let me try to see, can I pee right now? And as soon as I have the feeling of I can go pee, I will immediately go to the mic and say, guys, I can pee.
Speaking on behalf of your wife and the person who does your laundry, just be aware that once in a while the ends up with a little drip.
Chris might do his own
Especially as
laundry.
you get
Chris.
older.
Especially as you get
Especially as you get older.
I know how
I'm
to
at
play
that
this.
place now where I'm worried, when is that day going to happen? That
it's
was
tomorrow.
Yeah, as you get older.
I would like to go on record while we're waiting for Chris to go pee-pee, which is
for
going to
1.
happen. You just did your first
Don't have to go yet.
It hasn't been under a minute. We're good.
I'm testing it. I
Right
gotta
now,
see.
the tester is with the player. They're in the bathroom in the clubhouse. They're just talking about the game. They're hanging out. They're good.
I'm like, we got a good spread over there if you want to go check out, get a plate of food to the guy. And then he goes away, and I try to, anyone got any urine? Anyone got any pee?
Do you remember when Lawrence Taylor used the wrong pee?
No. What
So-
it come back that he was pregnant?
So Lawrence Taylor, in a documentary, came clean, ironically, pun intended, that he used someone else's pee for a drug test, and the person whose pee he used had done coke.
Oh,
So
no.
he got
Get on 2 for 1.
Oh, no.
nailed for the wrong pee use.
Oh, no.
Idiot.
It's like PEDs, you're good, but we got another issue.
You're pregnant. So while the focus is on waiting for Chris, something happened last night.
Oh, something happened, baby.
A lot of stuff happened. First of all, I was not able to be with you at a Pearl Jam concert, and you were not able to do your work because you were celebrating Pearl Jam. So congrats on that.
I'm fully prepared for this show today. I would never not pay attention to my favorite little hockey team, the Panthers. I was able to watch the first 2 periods in full, in real time, before Pearl Jam took the stage. Then Pearl Jam takes the stage, and with about 10 minutes left, I got the phone on where I'm watching the play-by-play. Not the game, but I'm watching the play-by-play.
They went
the
on at
box score.
8:47.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear because I was following exactly
Yes.
this to know how much work you weren't doing.
Right. And the Panther game started at 6:30. So like I said, I watched the first 2 periods in full in real time. And the third period, I'm following along from 10 minutes on. I mean, watching that clock count down on my phone and the box score. Well, I mean, it was taking forever. And then I see with about 1:50 left, all of a sudden under Tampa, it says EN. Empty net. And I'm like, oh shit, all right, it's been a really long 2 minutes here. And I'm just staring at the phone, me and my son too, because my boys love the Panthers as well. I'm showing Dan. Dan's yelling to everybody, Zaslow's watching the Panthers. And I'm watching that.
That was
clock.
a good impression of Dan.
Yeah, that was an
That was
excellent-
spot on. Like
that's-
pitch-wise was excellent.
Right,
Yep.
right. And just the clock's ticking down, and then all of a sudden, a 2 pops up over to the Panthers. It's like, yes!
Bennett.
And of course, then the rest of Pearl Jam, as if Pearl Jam wasn't amazing enough already, the rest of the show, oh my God, me and my son were jumping around. It was, what a night.
Was
David.
Eddie Vedder in a Panther jersey or a Bears jersey?
No, he actually made reference to Jimmy Buffett early in the show because he was wearing like something Jimmy Buffett would wear. Yeah.
What can we put that on the poll? What is something Jimmy Buffett would wear? It has to be a 100-0 Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, Hawaiian for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was like
that's
it was like a tropical kind of shirt. The band was clearly really pleased that they were here in South Florida. They love the casino. They never played a venue like that here, of course. And
That is big time when you're like, we've never even played anywhere with a casino. Like, I feel like a lot of acts play with, like, that's just Pearl Jam's big time.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan, and if you're watching our show, you've probably known your boy has undergone a little bit of a body transformation, and I gotta tell you, Peloton has helped me on my fitness journey. It got the ball rolling for me because I watch my wife on the Peloton. She takes all these great classes. She has her favorite instructors. I listen to the music. I'm a big music guy. It gets me fired up, makes me want to take part in this fitness phenomenon known as Peloton. Peloton offers a variety of challenging classes, from 4-week strength building classes to running, cycling, and everything in between. Peloton will help you achieve your goals, and maybe you'll have some fun along the way. I know I have. It's It's backed by thousands of members whose lives have been changed. Be part of that group. Telling you, I'm better for it. Have it in my office. Sometimes I can put on the baseball game. Sometimes I can put on a soccer match. Some other times I'm totally locked in on an emo playlist. Find your push. Find your power with Peloton at onepeloton.com. Hey, you in the audience, it's Mike. You've been a fan of this show, hopefully, for a long time, and you know how much Miller Lite means to me. This partnership, it's real. It's documented. For almost 20 years, Miller Lite has been a partner of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz, and now Miller Lite is celebrating its 50th anniversary. I've had so many great moments with Miller Lite, so many great activations, so many great events presented by Miller Lite, a great partner. Cheers to them. Cheers to 50 incredible years. And for you at home, you know that Miller time always means a good time. From game night to parties with friends or a special anniversary, celebrating important occasions means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Cheers to 50 years of Miller Lite, the great-tasting light beer for people who love beer since 1975. Now's a perfect time to celebrate legendary stories with friends, family, and a great-tasting light beer. It's Miller time. Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Folks, the NBA 82 game grind is done, and now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here, and it's time for all the high-stakes drama, clutch moments, and jaw-dropping plays. If you're looking to make the playoffs even more exciting, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered as an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DAN. That's code DAN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Dan Le Batard.
John, can you rate my Al Pacino from that billiard scene in Carlito's Way if I do it for you? I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stugotz.
You think you're big time? Well, you're gonna die! Big time!
That is on my infamous scale of 1 to 10. That's a 7.6.
Solid.
Good job.
Dan.
Good job, Dad. Good job.
That's a Suey nominee right
Feel
there.
good.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Any fun Dan notes or observations? You know, Dan's an odd cat. Like, you can say no, and if you don't want to reveal anything, but, you know, was he odd?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't odd at all. And
You guys were at seats, right? Or were you in GA
We
standing?
had seats. We were dead center, like a few rows up, just a perfect view. Yeah, that's my photo right there that I took. I mean, look, David, look at those seats we had.
Where did you get those seats?
Wherever they came from. I'm like, I didn't have my hand
Dan's
on
guy.
it. Yeah, wherever they came from, I'm super grateful. I told them last night, I'll never forget this night. I was so pleased to be there, and I'm so looking forward to tomorrow as well.
Whether you're going to a concert, playoff tickets, NBA, MLB season is in full swing. Go to Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code Dan for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. That's right, Roy. I hit the ground for emphasis. Woo! Hammering home the point.
I used Game Time yesterday, by the way.
The best.
For a little Marlins
You get the
Dodgers
seat view. The
ticket
best
action.
thing about Game Time, you get the seat view. And when I'm buying tickets, I want to know what it's going to look like from my vantage
And
point.
what it's going to cost.
You see, you can push a little button, you get all the fees added in there.
All in pricing, baby.
All in pricing, the seat view. I'm telling you, nobody's doing it better than Game Time.
I actually totally agree with that. And I use Game Time often.
We're going to have a great time tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be great.
You've never been to a show with me.
I have not been to a show with you. No. I went, hey, remember all those times David Samson and I went to concerts? No, of course. I've never been to a show.
I have been at a concert with David. David is a great vibe at a concert.
Okay. What
not,
makes him a great vibe?
Just a good time. I'm going, you need something? I'm going to, like, he'll take
Someone
care of
who's
it.
willing to say, do you need something is definitely a good person to be
Like,
around.
I'm going to get a drink. You want one? Like,
That's a good person
Like,
to
he
be
got me,
around.
like, he saw I was there. He made a phone call. Next time I'm in VIP with him. Like, David is. And then, like, I once was at a concert with Dan, and Dan, when you're standing, because it's always a weird thing at a concert when you're standing, because when you're sitting, what can you do? There's not a lot of dancing. Whether you're just a stander in GA or whether you're, I'm dancing along with the music.
Oh, I'm a dancer, baby.
Dan is kind of like, I'm gonna dance with my neck. Like Dan, like
I saw a little bit of that.
There's not a lot of body movement, but he's just like, I'm having a good time. Look how much my neck's moving.
Dan got most into it last night when they played Even Flow. He was most into that.
It's the only one he's heard of.
But now, how was the situation? I sometimes struggle when you're at a stadium or an arena where you're sitting. Do you play the game of, if no one behind me, did you stand at all? Or
stand the entire time?
Was everyone standing the entire time?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the thing there, because it's always
so stressful.
It's a stressful situation.
It is so stressful when you go to like a Springsteen concert where the demographics are that I'm on the young side.
They want to sit.
There's a lot of sitting.
Really?
And I'm a stander. And I was at a Springsteen concert with a friend of mine who is she's just a friend, but attractive and tall woman. And we're together standing.
Well, yeah, like Dan's ex, he's really tall.
And someone said, hey, sit down.
Oh, no, you can't
and
do that at a
I
concert.
said, no, I'm not going to sit down because I am loving the fact that I want to stand up and dance.
Yeah.
Then why aren't you in GA, the person said. Now it's on.
That's a really old person who's talking to you.
Now I'm getting upset because now I'm thinking I'm not being recognized, right? We're all good. Like, I'm just a normal guy at a Springsteen
So
concert.
you could behave poorly if you want.
So this is the inquiry.
I get that.
Can I respond how I want to respond?
Yeah.
Or am I being videoed? What's the risk level
Right.
that I have to tell this person to basically pound sand?
I think it's a win-win. Even if you are recognized, that's a funny viral clip of you, like, you're on the side of fun, though. I feel like everyone would be on your side. You're at a concert, bleep off.
Oh, there's people who don't like the standers.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, it's a dicey situation. You're right. If you're in the first level and it's a rock band, everyone should be standing, no questions asked. When it gets dicey is, what if you're in the club level? Certainly if you're in the upper level. Does everybody stand in the upper level? Definitely not. But I'm a stander. At Pearl Jam, of course. I didn't sit down for a second last night, all right? I can't even imagine if someone behind me
Do you do the pre-conversation with the people behind you? Because I've done that before.
Right, I'm gonna
say,
say,
by
just
the
so
way,
you know,
I'm
gonna
going to
be
be
a standing.
standing.
Oh, really?
And you're lucky I'm short, but I'm going to be standing.
No, I don't do that, but that's interesting. You wanna kind of set the tone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little preemptive.
I'm purposefully buying tickets to where this isn't going to be an issue because I'm such a pleaser that if someone wants me to sit down, I'm going to be worried all night long about upsetting that person.
I couldn't be the only person standing in the section.
And I can't unless I know that everyone's going to stand up with me. And obviously there are some shows, like even a Springsteen show, if you have an older demographic, at those shows, there are certain songs where everybody's standing up, right?
Yes,
and that
sure.
you know everyone's joining you. And now, hey, for the final 5 or 6 songs of the night, everybody's going to be standing up. But what I'll do is if I'm not going to sit on the floor or be in GA, like and be in that area where everybody should be standing, I'm purposefully buying tickets near the top of whatever section I'm in so that I'm causing less pain for the people behind me. So if I'm in the second to last row or the last row, I could stand up. I don't have to worry about anybody else. And that way I know I'm not going to have to worry about the guilt of potentially blocking somebody's view.
Wow.
I can stand up and enjoy myself. No harm, no foul.
You must be exhausted, Jeremy.
I mean, that's how I live my life. Yeah, I'm exhausted every day.
Every day.
Yeah, every day of my life.
To worry that much about what other people think and feel.
Yeah, that's exactly
I'd like
right.
to bring
Well,
it
having
a little
empathy?
over to my side.
Yeah, I would love that, David. I really do wish I had a little bit more of that.
More Zaslow's side, because you at least acknowledge this is a thing I'll sometimes say. Like, Zaslow's just like, bleep off, I'm standing.
Well, yeah, so hold on a second. You're a stander, you said, but you're also saying sometimes you try and
Well,
get
he's a sitter.
You try and... No, David said he's a stander.
No, but
no,
he's a
he's a
sitter
sitter.
to pee.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right. Sorry.
Pick your venues.
You said you
Still don't
want
have
to
to
get a
pee.
feel for who's around you. So what happens if before the show...
I want to get a feel. It's that I want to just tell them how it's going to be.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
asking. Let me be
Oh,
clear.
you're not asking. Okay.
This is not, hey, do you mind if I stand?
But it's still more consideration than Zaslow said. Like, Zaslow's just like, I'm standing. I don't even care if you want me to or
Well,
not.
I can't even look. In this case, we're talking about a rock show. We're talking Pearl Jam. I can't imagine not standing.
are
Have you
right
ever
about
gotten the
this.
tap?
No,
Never?
no.
I've got
Because
the
I go
tap.
to rock shows.
Yeah, maybe
And
that's the difference here. I don't know.
I'm not an Adele.
Well, it's not Broadway. I don't do this at a Broadway musical, although I wish I did.
David standing at a Broadway musical like, yeah, love this song.
You know where I've experienced the stress of this the most? An Elton
at a
John
Cats.
concert. My dad is a big
This
Elton
is
John guy.
perfect.
I've gone to Elton John concerts. It's an older demographic. Not everybody is standing in those shows the whole
Right,
time.
right.
Like, I kind of feel where if you're not standing, if I see you pop up for a song, okay, this is your favorite song. You can do it. Go ahead. But if you're like the whole, if we're in a section where nobody's standing and you're up the whole show, that's where it's
Somebody's going down in front.
every 4 songs. It's like, okay, they like this song. I'm cool with you standing. It's nobody else is standing, but I'm going to be the entire show standard that I have a little issue with.
Wow.
Well, and the difficulty here is it depends on the type of concert, because Elton John's a perfect example. There's a bunch of like fast-paced, upbeat songs, but then he'll go through a stretch. I mean, come on, you got to be standing, you got to be bopping when that's going on.
I'll tell
But
you,
if it's a ballad after that, if there's 4 straight ballads, what are you going to do? With
I'm
some people
standing for
sitting
your
down,
song.
I'd like to stand
I
up,
guess
but I can
that's why they
understand.
call it the blues.
Yeah, some people
Yeah,
might
sit
want to
down.
sit down.
I'm on my hands.
And what's the hybrid on Benny and the Jets? I mean, the
Time
tempo is
spent
slow, but that's a song where you want to rock.
laughing like children. All right.
It's-
I am a courteous person and I've been to Elton John. I love Elton John. But if I was at a show like that and everyone in my section in front, everybody is sitting, I am a courteous person. I would then sit as well. But that's not an entirely upbeat rock concert for 2 hours.
So I'm at music festivals. Obviously, it's all standing. So I
I'm
stand.
still standing.
That's a great one. Film
Yeah,
and con.
yeah.
But when you're in GA, you know you're going to be standing. And so when you're given a choice for Pearl Jam tickets, which you were not given a choice, you can choose general admission or a seat. Would you always choose the seat?
I like being in the lower level. I like having the seats. I like being
Just
in
so you can
seats.
have the opportunity to sit if you want
The
to.
No,
guy
it's not
that
even
says
that.
I'm
You know
never
what
going
it
to
is?
sit. I like having a seat.
No,
Not going to sit.
I'll
but I
tell
like
you
having a
why.
seat.
That's a good question. Good inquiry. Because sometimes, and you'll see this tomorrow at Pearl Jam, like last night, they're packed like sardines in the general admission. I don't want to be packed like a sardine. What if I want to go get a drink? How am I getting back to where I just was? That's why I need an assigned seat.
You say spot save, and then no one goes in that spot.
Can't do that
Impossible
at
to get
GA.
back.
Spot
It's
save.
impossible. And then am I leaving my son by himself? I mean, he's 16 years old, but do I find my way back to him? So no, I need an assigned area. That's why.
Can we get an update from you, Cody?
Nope, still good.
Still nothing. So, by the way, you're way slower than the players are. They can down a thing of Gatorade, a thing of water, and they're going PP immediately after the game twice. Man, you're gonna have.
If I did it now, it'd be just like
Just a couple little droplets.
a little droplets.
You need a little. It's the old eighth.
You need an eighth? All
You
right.
need an eighth.
I'm not there yet.
It's nothing. It's just an eighth. So 250,000 people descended on my favorite State of the Union last night. 250,000 people in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and all I was thinking is how jealous I was.
That you wanted to be there?
Oh, I love Green Bay. I was thinking that I spent 18 years trying to get people to care about MLB's draft. Adam Silver spends every day trying to get people to care about the NBA draft. And I'm watching Roger Goodell. He did a rehearsed handshake with a bunch of the play. Are you kidding me? Wear the sneakers. I'm fine. But what is that called? Is that the dab? Was he
That's a
dabbing
dap.
him?
Dap.
Yeah, dap.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Anyone get stressed out when Roger decided to enter the draft stage on bike? He was on a bicycle, and there was a moment where he looked back at the players behind him, and he almost went off stage. Imagine that viral moment of Roger Goodell trying to be fun and hip and young, riding inexplicably a bike onto the stage, just falling off the stage.
It's totally explainable. This every year. Remember when he did it during COVID from his basement?
Yeah. The chair.
And he had that chair?
Yeah.
He's always trying to be the cool guy. And I've been accused. The reason I'm sensitive to this is I was once accused of it. My 5th year as a team president, I was accused, hey, you're trying too hard to be cool, because I was young. I
What
was
were
in
the
my
examples
30s,
they gave you?
where I was trying to be amongst the players.
Like you were hanging out in the clubhouse all the time.
Well, no, we're always in there working, but this was on a team plane. when I was in the back and we were playing drinking games on a flight where we shouldn't have been drinking.
And you were playing the games with the players?
Yes, I was.
Oh, I can't even imagine that's a thing that most presidents do.
None.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I did it, and it was better. But when I'm younger and they're my age, it wasn't as good.
That looks like you're trying to be their friend.
When I'm older and doing it, then it's, oh, this guy's an old sick guy. I'm glad he's doing it with us. So it changed throughout my career. And so I was thinking about Roger Goodell the whole time watching him. We know that you're an older guy. We know you have nothing in common with these players. Like, why? You don't need to try. There's no benefit. We already have full sponsorship. There's ancillary content everywhere, including what we did last night in Nashville, where the toothache obviously kept Stugotz from being there. But we had Hawkins and we had Mikey A.
Walter
and we had
was there.
Walter.
We had, and Billy having fun in Nashville. All this ancillary content is happening, and they've done it. The NFL's done it, and I was jealous the whole draft.
They've turned it into a thing where, I don't know, is it bidding yet? Are cities bidding
Yes.
for? Okay, so
Like
they turned
it's
it
an
into a
all-star
thing
game.
where they are bidding for it, like it's the Super Bowl, like it's an all-star game. We now have another event that's going to draw in 250,000 people. They apparently had the space there, outside Lambeau, and yeah, it's another thing
It's
that
more
the
people than live in Green Bay.
I was about to say, I heard last night that the population of Green Bay is like 100,000.
It's
Wow.
below. Yes,
and they had 250,000 at the draft last night. Their hotels must be packed.
There's no capacity. There's no capacity.
To your
for it.
point on the event, David, like it even influences what you were talking about with Goodell, because maybe there would have been a time where it felt like he was trying too hard, but now like these players all want their moment with Goodell. Like there's a reason some of the handshakes are rehearsed, and there's clearly like that's part of the moment that they're going to put on social media, on their own Instagram, on their own Twitter or whatever. It is meeting Goodell for the first time. The event has become so big. His persona at that event has become something that matters to these guys. And all of it just goes off without a hitch in the way that the NBA and certainly Major League Baseball doesn't get to have.
Help me because I'm old. How does the rehearsal go when you've got a player who has a different greeting for every other player? That takes rehearsal, doesn't it? Or not?
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm so confused how LeBron James has a different handshake with every player on the team. He remembers 15 different handshakes? That's crazy to me.
Not only that, he remembers old players like him and Kevin Love, him and Kyrie Irving, like whoever it is that he's played with, he remembers that one too. Again, just a basketball savant genius.
Crazy. That's what makes him a savant genius.
Savant genius. I mean, I
I'm
know
asking
97
about
handshakes.
the practical part of this. Are there rehearsals?
Absolutely.
No, I would say it's 90% of them are a dap hug. I think if a player, I'm sure there's a time the night before where he's in a room with all the guys that might get drafted, and I'm sure at that moment,
Show me what you got.
if you're one of the players,
Work it out.
he might
Single
say,
file line, just
he
let me
might
know.
say, if you guys want to do anything fun, come up to me after and we can practice.
Who's
it.
got
Like,
something fun?
No way.
What do you mean? That's
First of all, I don't see Roger Goodell spending the night in Green Bay. I see him flying
He's flying in and out.
in and out.
I saw him at a thing with Brad Williams the night before, so he was there.
Where would he stay?
You tell
What
me.
hotel
He's
would
got an
he stay
Airbnb
at?
situation. Come on.
Nah, there's
He's got
whoever has the biggest
mansion.
mansion.
Exactly
Whoever
right.
has the biggest mansion in Green Bay, that's where he's staying.
I would like to find out where Roger Goodell spent the night in Green Bay, if we can possibly get our crack staff to figure that out. And then I would like to understand how it's even possible that he would have time to rehearse. And I can't think of the player's name who he did it with. I want to say it could have been Travis Hunter with the 2 pick, but I can't remember it exactly. I was so focused on the clothes. It's become a fashion show thing now, where these guys are so well dressed. And it could have. Who was it?
No, this is why AI overview on Google is incredible. While the specific hotel Roger Goodell stays at during his visits to Green Bay is not publicly available, it's likely he stays at a high-end hotel in or near the city. The first being the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center in Ashwaubenon.
That
can't be right.
To be a fly on that Radisson wall
Google
when Roger
AI
walks in.
coming to the rescue again.
I grant you there are not a lot of 5 stars in Green Bay. And it used to be that when football teams go in there, they're only in for a night. They come in Saturday and they fly out.
I think it's pretty
quick as
likely
they
there
can.
are no 5 stars in Green Bay.
I would say that is likely. The biggest one in Milwaukee, you've got the Pfister, which is the haunted hotel
I would
in Milwaukee.
never stay there.
I
would
love staying at the
never.
Pfister.
What, you love staying
I do.
there? I would never stay. I'd be so scared.
Any
I would
spooky
never
stories,
stay.
Dave, or no?
No, it's all total.
Do you think it's BS?
poppycock. No, I think there's actual ghosts in the fister.
Well, but I've heard players who share stories
So
of
have
things
I.
that they hear. Are they lying?
No, it's confirmation bias. You think you're hearing stuff.
I don't like
Just
it.
be like me, sleep in the light. You don't see ghosts.
You sleep with the light on?
You have to sleep with lights on. I do. I've gotten way better. Therapy.
You don't have
has been
to.
huge.
Yeah, you definitely
clarity.
don't have to.
I'm scared of the dark, and so I've been working on that for a long time. And I used to sleep with full lights on, and then I was gradually down to night lights, and I've not moved away from that.
Can we get back to why you said you have to? You do it.
I don't see any other way to possibly avoid the dangers that come with the night.
What dangers? It's just darker.
Well, they're not. I'm not talking about ghosts because I'm not scared of ghosts because those aren't real. I'm talking about the real dangers.
Okay, so
the parachutists who come into your window and kidnap you.
So you don't believe in ghosts, but you're afraid of there being someone in your house when no one
like a real person.
You have an alarm though. Like the alarm would have gone off if someone broke in.
Maybe they clipped it. I've seen the movie.
So how do we explain this, in the early goings of a relationship with a lady friend? Like, hey, we sleep with the night on in this house.
The same way I do with how I stand up at concerts. I just go right to it and say, just FYI, happy to have you spend the night. The lights are going to be on.
I'm like the opposite. My wife's never seen me in the light.
I get it.
I walk in the room like...
Daytime too. It's just
honey,
a pitch black house.
Honey, I'm setting the mood. That's what I'm doing.
Shutters
here.
on.
Has nothing to do with me.
Everyone in the Cody house, so they're constantly bumping into things.
Did you have to childproof your whole house because it's pitch black?
It's just it's very gloomy. I'd put it.
Comes in one day like Kristaps Porzingis, where he's got the bandage on his forehead. What happened? Huh? No lights.
And they actually travel through the house via bumper car.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to go pee-pee yet? This is your moment.
Whoa!
Wait, this could be our biggest moment. We have tested the theory this whole hour, whether or not Cody could empty the bladder, drink a glass of water, and how quickly he could empty and have to go again. And it's been 17 minutes.
Lewis, get the live view. We're going in the bathroom.
We are not live in the bathroom.
Ethan, go
I'm gonna
double
go
check.
see. I feel like I could. I'll report back at the start of the next segment
It's
whether I did it or
critical
not.
that you go now and do it. Look at him run. Roy, we got a chance here to prove my point that players can actually do what they have to do with someone watching very soon after blowing out their own bladder in the 8th inning of a game.
The pressure's on,
so to speak.
Hey, you in the audience, it's Mike. You've been a fan of this show, hopefully, for a long time, and you know how much Miller Lite means to me. This partnership, it's real. It's documented. For almost 20 years, Miller Lite has been a partner of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz, and now Miller Lite is celebrating its 50th anniversary. I've had so many great moments with Miller Lite, so many great activations, so many great events presented by Miller Lite, a great partner. Cheers to them. Cheers to 50 incredible years. And for you at home, you know that Miller time always means a good time. From game night to parties with friends or a special anniversary, celebrating important occasions means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Cheers to 50 years of Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer since 1975. Now's a perfect time to celebrate legendary stories with friends, family, and a great tasting light beer. It's Miller time. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Folks, listen up. They're here and they're hot. Get ready because Jimmy John's is turning up the heat. After years of perfecting the cold sandwich, toasted sandwiches are finally here. Try one of their 3 all-new toasted creations. The Toasted Chicken Bacon Ranch, all-natural chicken, creamy homestyle ranch, applewood smoked bacon, melted provolone, fresh veggies, all on a perfectly toasted French bread. Good God, does that sound delicious. Or the Toasted Roast Beef and Cheddar, premium roast beef, melty cheddar, creamy horseradish sauce, crispy fried onions, fresh veggies, golden toasted French bread. It just keeps getting better. And the Toasted Ultimate Italian, salami, capicola, smoked ham, applewood smoked bacon, melted provolone, shredded Parmesan, fresh veggies toasted to perfection. Or take your favorite Jimmy John classics like the number 9 Italian Nightclub or the number 11 Country Club and get them toasted. Order now at JimmyJohns.com, on the Jimmy John's app, or stop by your local Jimmy John's today.